All right, so I'm gonna do a deeper dive on my movie update, but I'm about to do a short dive right now. Somebody asked me, how do you avoid detection in the movie? You can't. See, what you gotta understand is in this movie of the fallen, right, these fae, these angels, they, again, it's a genetic code. So they already constructed life to a certain algorithm. So life is, but it isn't a simulation. It's gonna be a paradox in this movie. And there's actually gonna be a hybrid between the Matrix and the way I see it, it'd be kind of like the Matrix hybrid with what's that movie? Hold on. Oh, Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks, because the character is going to recognize symbols. It's going to recognize history repeating itself, art imitating life. It's going to recognize patterns. So this main character is going to slowly start to wake up once it starts to put together these anomalies, such as the Mandela effect. So once you start to shift your brain, you start to shift your quantum field. They have devices in the movie that can detect shifts in an individual's quantum field. Now they can read the code. Once they're reading the code, they can start to do things like implant ideas through the algorithm of life. So maybe certain things happen in a neighbor's life to where they get into an accident. So now your way to work today, it shifts and you go through a path that sends you subconscious subliminal programming through signs, through maybe heavy traffic, somebody walking up, a bum walking up to your car window with a sign that's a subliminal message to try to program you and break this code in you, right? You might go through a system of anomalies, things on the radio, certain ads on your phone. Once you start thinking differently, they start to insert people and things into your quantum matrix to try to distort your code. As you're able to start peeping and like, wait a minute, these are paradoxes, right? As the character is peeping the paradox, the glitches, these anomalies, he's waking up to it. So now they have to directly engage this player, similar to Neo meeting Agent Smith for the first time, right? And this is where the good versus evil collision comes on, and you know, obviously, you know, they the story continues to unfold after their first encounter. No one's going to die, obviously, but there will be some type of fight in my head. That's how I see it playing out. But yeah, no, there's no evading the actual matrix. So you can actually choose to be conscious, which some people in the movie will do. You can either choose to go back to sleep. Once you realize what they're doing to you, you could just follow the code, and then eventually you'll go back to sleep and you won't notice it no more. Or you could choose to keep fighting it, in which case, similar to what happens in real time with truth tellers like JFK, you know what I'm saying, people like, you know, Kyle Roth, things of this nature, for example. Just a couple, you know, Martin Luther King, these type of people that fight for the justices in their universe, they get unalive. But this character understands that. He's Neo, bro. He's Neo. And the movie gets deep. The movie gets deep, but it's going to be based in a lot of sci-fi. And the reality is, to answer another question, the people in the movie is based in your genetic traits. So when the Nephilim, when the angels fell, they made it with people, these monitoring spirits, these watchers. They made it with people. They wanted to be like us. Okay, so because they are literally of a different dimension. So they're of a different frequency, but they can engage in this universe. But they are still cut off from certain things. And that's basically all things humanity in terms of our emotions, our perception of life, our ability to feel, our ability for certain pleasure. They only feel a certain type of energy, right? So they made it with us to try to fall into the flesh, all right? And in time, they really just started to despise us. From watching us, they started to hate us. They started to see us as lesser than and unappreciative of this gift, complainers, whiners, right? They started to see us as the demons. That's what y'all got to understand about evil is true evil don't see itself as evil. That's what a lot of people miss. But anywho, hold on. You know what? Let me just spitball this. So it'll be kind of like a hybrid between the Matrix, Angels and Demons with the symbols, and They Live, because the way that he's able to detect is, again, it's a quantum shift. So it happens externally and internally as well. Therefore, whenever they do things like cause accidents in this neighborhood, shift this route, which would probably only be one scene, it'll be like They Live. He'll be able to see through the illusion and see the suggestion, because that's how it'll be. So he's automatically, once that light bulb is turned on, he's able to see the suggestion. He's able to see the code. right? On top of the accumulated knowledge of marketing, advertising, psychology, symbols, magic, things of that nature. So he's already going to know the effects. Plus, he's awake and he's Neo. That's why he's able to see the code. So that's how I see it playing out. But I ain't going to give y'all too much because I was about to go into a super deep dive, but I'm going to keep this one short. I'm gone.